Welcome to iGlobal Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Overnight, the Australian dollar bearishness continued with the posting of a fresh low, which was last seen back in May of 73.91 this morning. The bearishness has maintained since the break of this short-term trend and also the rejection of the 60-day moving average. With the objective still holding the 73.75.85, I do expect to see at least one more test today or in the coming session of the next 24 hours, with the resistance seen at 74.55. Looking ahead, though, we'd still have the RBA to publish its minutes of its latest policy setting, and looking to see what the tension is on wages and inflation that the RBA is likely to talk about in the next coming minutes of around 11:30 release. So let's see what's in store of the RBA. If it's more hawkish, then we could see a possible rebound, but I believe the market will be, as usual, with the RBA holding to a dovish case. That would put further pressure on the support. Now beneath 73.75 looks towards a region of 72.55. Surprisingly, we had both the euro and we had the US dollar index rallying overnight. The euro rebounded off 115.64 after recapturing 116, now looks towards a resistance at the present of 116.55. The dollar index rebounded off 93.88 and posted a fresh high of 94.52 and settled in New York this morning at 94.30. It is viewed, though, if some of us aren't aware, that the dollar index can progress further to the upside. And if it clears 95, this will put clearly the objective in place for euro at 112.80. Some of us may not know that the dollar index is measured against the greenback strength of its trade-weighted partners of 6 major currencies, euro being weighted at 57.6. Could easily see this move down. If this is a flag from the pole, then the next move is clearly measured, as you can see here, of 112.80. So I do expect to see eventually, from a technical point, also at this level being contested. The risk appetite's turned away from 111.15 for dollar yen and looking now towards 109.60. This morning, Trump came out and threatened to impose 10% tariffs on $200 billion of Chinese goods. Escalating tit-for-tat trade wars with Beijing, Trump said in a statement that he has asked the US trade representatives to identify the Chinese products that should be subjected to the new tariff. He said that the move would be retaliation for China's decision to raise tariffs on $50 billion in US goods. He also went on to say after the legal process is complete, these tariffs will go into effect if China refuses to change its practices. So let's see what happens. From a technical point, though, we are breaking down dollar yen, so 106.90 is the current target, with resistance seen at 110.70 and above at 111.15. We are getting closer to the rate decision from the Bank of England, which is at 9 p.m. Sydney time on Thursday. It is expected that the market will widely see the Bank of England hold rates at 0.50%. But do be on your guard, because this could all change. Anyway, if the market is expecting to see no change in rates, then we could see the pressure of 132.10, which could lead on towards 130.85. Do look towards the top side, though, because towards 133.60.65 should give opportunity to sell. Gold hasn't gone anywhere in the last 24 hours and still hugging around the 112.80 level. At this point in time, we do need to see a recovery in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, I'm concerned that we could be seeing lower towards 12.55.60. But if the trade risks continue with the two nations of China and the US, then safe haven demand should eventually return. Resistance on the day comes in now at 84 to 91. Silver outlook. I'm not over bearish since the sudden drop on Friday. I'm looking towards $16.15 to 35 as a potential buy. This could see a recovery up towards the region of $16.55, which is currently trading there at the moment. which could progress on towards $16.70. As I mentioned, I'm a buyer on dips, so towards 35 should eventually draw bullish appetite. And rounding off with oil, well, the market did bounce in front of that level of 62.40.80 after printing a low of 63.30. The market has actually found a bit of momentum, and at this point, I'm not overly bullish at these levels, and I do expect to see another turnaround eventually. Should look at the target of 62.40.80. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day that's ahead.